Into the Spider-Verse. Wow! Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Miles Morales, a Spider-Man that is black and Hispanic, Puerto Rican. Boricua! So right off the bat, I was excited for this movie. Of course, it's any Marvel movie or any comic book movie, I'm excited for it. I was excited for this movie. The style looked very interesting, you know, getting all these different characters in it, especially Spider Noir, which I'm a big fan of Spider Noir. I didn't read anything of it. I don't even read Spider-Man comics. I have a set of Spider-Man comics I have not yet read. I grew up on Spider-Man like anybody else. We had the animated series, which frankly in the 90s, everyone that grew up in the 90s grew up and got introduced to comic books through the Fox Kids shows and more. You know, we had the X-Men animated series, Batman animated series, Spider-Man animated series. We had Iron Man, Fantastic Four, Hulk. We had it all. We had freaking Wildcats and stuff like that. We had it all, and that's what introduced us into comic books. That's what made us into the people we are today. That I feel is the beginning of this pop culture, but I digress. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a well done movie that is both dark, serious, and comedic all in one, and they take everybody's origins and throw it in your face, and it's all put very well. But for me, what's very important is the fact of Miles Morales, a character, as I mentioned, is both African American and Puerto Rican. And right off the bat, you see this family. You see the father, a black cop, and you see the mother, a Puerto Rican nurse or doctor? I think nurse. And she's speaking to him in basically Spanglish, a mix of Spanish and English, and he's speaking back in Spanish. Dude, I was happy. I have been freaking campaigning for representation of my people, of us superheroes, and I know that Miles Morales is an interesting case because he is both representing black people and Latinos all in one. So he's everybody. We are all Miles Morales. Miles Morales is that melting pot of two worlds in one, and is an exact representation of what our world is. We are a melting pot. There is a lot of half black, half Puerto Ricans out there. So it was really cool to see that. Man, it was so funny. John Mulaney as Spider-Ham. I didn't know he was doing the voice. That was great. Nicolas Cage killed it as Spider Noir. Very funny movie. And of course, if you know the background, you know what happens, and I was happy to see Prowler. I knew the whole concept of Prowler, who he was, and blah blah blah. So I mean, definitely go out there and see his movie. Dude, I'm just happy. I'm just happy because it was a perfect blend of just everything. The soundtrack to this movie, the way it looked, the culture of it, you know, like Miles Morales represented that culture, that New York culture especially. I'm not from New York, but I know what it is, because for both cultures, of black and a Puerto Rican, it's that urban culture, that hip hop culture, that graffiti culture, you know what I'm saying? That it just a great representation of that, representation of family, and you know the importance of that, representation of being from a kind of class and trying to fit into another class. How you say the concept or the way characters looked, like the Kingpin, he just looked like, you know, he was in that Kanye West Little Pump video. I'm such a fucking hoe. I love it. I am such a dirty little hoe. Really, like, the storyline took me somewhere I didn't know, I didn't expect. Alright, and I'll give you a little hint. Okay, spoiler alert. At this point, it's a spoiler alert. I'm sorry. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse takes place in, well, Miles Morales' universe, and there is a Spider-Man already, you know, Peter Parker. Peter Parker is trying to stop Kingpin from making this interdimensional machine or whatever to try to open all the dimensions, because the Kingpin is trying to bring back people that he have lost, his wife Vanessa and their son. Spider-Man's trying to stop that because it'll just mess up all the freaking universes and realities all mixed up in one. Miles Morales gets mixed in the bunch because he was bit by a spider, of course, and he somehow landed there. You know, I don't want to give too much away, even though I'm giving a lot away. In the process of Spider-Man trying to stop Kingpin, he timely like stalled it, but he also got caught in the rubble and was killed by the Kingpin. So thus, right off in Act 1, they killed off Peter Parker. That was a shock to me. I was like, whoa! And at the moment they killed off Peter Parker, or Spider-Man, the world was revealed that it was Peter Parker and blah 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 blah. So then you meet this other Spider-Man who is totally the opposite of Peter Parker, because he came from another dimension. Spider-Man who's trying to like redeem himself, trying to train this new kid to be Spider-Man, and then all these other Spider-Mans who's just trying to find a way home. It's good, alright? I'm very bad at these reviews. I basically give it a stamp, a full 100% stamp of badassery. I'm just happy to be represented. I'm happy that he was speaking Spanish, because that is exactly how Puerto Ricans are. We are a mix of American and Latin culture, and we're not all out there freaking waving the flag and wearing the colors. I mean, I got some Puerto Rican shirts and whatnot because I need to let people know I'm Puerto Rican, but regardless, Stan Lee did a lot of cameos before he passed away. So there's a Stan Lee cameo in the movie, and I wasn't ready. I teared up. So watch out for that. And stay to the after credits, because it's probably the funniest after credits ever. And for people who know memes and such of Spider-Man, you'll dig it. So that's my review. Check it out. Now watch my Aquaman review.